I wonder if I would get us flagged if I started singing Hi Ho or something. I don't know why that song is stuck in my head.
I hope. I hope.
Don't get us banned, please. Don't get this video taken down for copyrights. Hi, people, if you be here. Oh, wait,
Right?
let me open, let me follow along. I am very tired. I have like 4 hours of sleep.
Wow, that means you went to bed a lot later than I did after we were done talking.
No, I just woke up really early. I think I went to bed at like 2:30,
Give or take about the same time we after
but I
we
woke up at like 6:30,
good
maybe
God.
closer to 7, but still, I woke up when my husband was leaving for work.
Oh,
I'm looking for our live.
should be
Okay,
there.
I'm here
Welcome.
as we struggle to get going. So, um, life updates. What's been going on this last week?
Mm, here, school. What else? Dealing with nursing home drama, which should be a soap opera and a podcast in its own, for reals. Let's see.
I've heard crazy stories from nursing homes. Those people, they're something else. And why are old people so horny?
And
Old
angry.
people, if I re- don't, it's early in the morning, I'm tired, and I maybe medicated a little too much. So some of these facts might be a little blurry. But if I remember correctly, I read an article some years ago about how super gonorrhea got started in a Florida nursing home because you horny little fucks won't wear like prophylactics. Um,
Half of them don't have their uteruses anymore, so they don't even have to worry about it.
Ethel and Roger are nasty.
Oh,
Uh, what a way to kick this off. So that's our life update. Thanks, Florida, for super gonorrhea.
sponsored by.
Sponsored by horny old people in your local neighborhood. Um, in my life, there's not a lot going on right now other than my favorite niece has some health stuff going on that I volunteered to help with, and it is exhausting. I am cooking so much lately, you guys. I am on my feet in the kitchen. I don't know. The last time I cooked, I was in there for 14 hours. And yeah, so I'm kind of tired, a little out of it, but
It's all
hanging in
good.
there.
Ah, see, we're super ants. We're those ants that go above and beyond. So, yeah.
Yep.
My nephew's lucky I wasn't at his football game on Friday because my brother told me about some stuff that happened on the field, and if Auntie was there, I'd be beating a child with a helmet.
I love being an auntie because I never wanted to be a mom. Like I don't feel like I have the motherly gene where I just like want to take care of a baby and stuff like that, but I absolutely will show up and show out for my people if I fuck with you. But I like other adults. I don't like kids. I don't know. They just get on my nerves. But basically what I'm doing is me and my mother-in-law are going back and forth between who's cooking for that household, and my sister-in-law, who actually lives out of state now, is actually up here for however long these this medical treatments and stuff are going on.
Yeah.
So I am basically responsible for feeding two people 3 days a week every 2 weeks, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're meal prepping multiple meals for for multiple
Multiple
days
people.
for multiple people, yeah, it adds up, and I'm like, oh my god. So in addition, plus, well, it's not just those two; it's also my mother-in-law because she's the one transporting everything. So we got to feed her too, and then of course, if I'm cooking for 14 hours a day, I don't want to do it anymore after, so I have to make sure there's enough for this household. it's insane. There's a ton of cooking and baking going on, but it's a good
Mm,
stress. It's keeping me busy and on my toes.
definitely. I'm gonna interrupt because I have to say hello to Fearless who's in the chat.
Oh shit. Hi, Fearless. It's been so long. Oh my God. So, if y'all haven't heard the name Fearless before, she's one of our little besties. She's been around since forever, and she actually knows us from previous projects. So, it's really good to see you back around and in our lives.
Yay.
Hopefully, we see you more often. I hope you're
Yay.
doing good.
Exactly. Hopefully. Oh, yay. That was a good thing to see in the chat.
Oh, that made my morning.
Woohoo.
I'm not even in the chat anymore. I'm just like here. Sorry.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. I'm responding. But also, you guys, I had a fun little news article that I shared last night, and we just want to clarify because apparently the news needs to clarify that if during winter time you see more lightning strikes, it's not us, you
no,
guys. It's
but it,
not witchcraft.
it is not. It is climate change. But we have to clarify that because apparently a lot of people think it's us doing that.
um, yeah. And you know what? I kind of hope it is somewhere. I hope there's some little angry old witch somewhere just causing all of it.
Causing
I
all
hope
of the
she's just
winter.
somewhere like lightning for you and lightning for you and lightning for you. She's just like the Oprah of lightning. So yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe climate change is done by a witch. You don't know. No, I'm kidding. Please don't hunt us down for
Yeah,
this.
please don't. Yeah, but
I promise that was a joke.
I just thought that was funny when you sent me that, and I was like, oh, we have to make sure we clarify that one.
No, you guys, listen to this is the actual headline. And the second I saw it, I was like, I have to send this. It's so funny. It says, quote, winter lightning strikes increasing because of climate change, not witchcraft. I love
Yes.
that they had to double down and like all capitals in bold. It's not witchcraft, you're fine. But I guess some people really were freaking out. They're like, I don't understand what's going on. What is all this lightning coming from? It's freaking December. What is going on? And yeah,
It has to.
congratulations. It's climate change.
Yeah, man. It's the climate change. It's not us. Which I'm sorry. I could not stop laughing when you sent that article. And then let's see, what else did you send?
There's a lot of little weird witchy news going on this week.
The cannibalist chick. Okay, I'm not understanding that article though. Like, okay, she's a witch, but she's in a cult that was a cannibal.
No.
Like,
Okay, so basically, y'all take this with a grain of salt because I don't know how much I trust this lady. So this lady claims to be a witch who supposedly joined like a satanic cult, witchcraft cult, right? Which first of all, that right there sounds very outside looking in, being very judgy. Like,
mind you, she's in France.
yeah,
She's in
so
France.
yes, this is in France, and this woman is like, oh, I want to be a witch. So I guess she starts practicing fucking witchcraft. And then she meets other people who do, and she goes and she hangs out with those people. And they go to a dinner. And I guess at this dinner, they're serving, I don't know, fat guy a la king. And supposedly, according to her, she walks in and there's like this dead obese man on the table and people are like cutting pieces off. Oh my, if I don't, fuck it, I'm gonna just say it. So anyway, I guess people are just like cutting off pieces to eat, and she starts freaking out saying this is crazy, and she goes to leave, and the person who's hosting it comes up and tries to calm her down by giving her some pink fizzy drink. That's what she said, some pink fizzy drink.
Busy.
And I'm just like, what movie are we painting a picture for here? Because this sounds insane. But so she's saying that he gives her this pink fizzy drink, and I'm like, one, you fucking drank it? Like you drank it after you just like supposedly saw these people eating a dead body and you're freaking out, but you're gonna drink this fizzy pink drink that this guy who's supposedly a cannibal witch is giving you, right?
Right? See,
And
here's
she
my
just,
thing.
but then her whole thing is it kind of misses how the night wrapped up.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
supposedly the drink was supposed to like calm her down, and I guess she's like, cool, I need to calm down, let me drink this, and then she freaking drank it, and then I guess that just scared her enough to like leave all that behind. I don't know if it's if the article specified whether she ran to Christianity or not. I don't think so. I don't think it said that. um but
Here's my thing.
she definitely was like, this ain't for me. And I just want to clarify that you do not have to eat people. But also the guy that was hosting it said that it wasn't actually a person, it was just like food
Food
art.
art. Yes, because okay, that's what I was gonna get at. Because like I've actually seen a lot of food art, especially in France and stuff, that they actually make like things look like bodies and body
Mhm.
parts and stuff. So
I've
like
even seen it here for like Halloween and shit.
yeah, and like some of
It's
these
gross, but it
it's
does,
just
some of it looks accurate.
yeah, it looks so accurate, but it's just like steak tartare and stuff like that. And like, wow. And like the skin that they use is like pork skin and stuff. So,
Yeah.
so like,
Ew.
like,
So gross.
girl, like, are you sure it just wasn't an exhibit? Because I've seen food art that accurate that you have to take a double take about it, you know?
Plus, where did they just find a dead chubby guy? Like, you just found a random dead body? I don't think so. Plus, like, did you see any news articles about this man missing, or like, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
to me there's just a lot of holes in the story, and I'm surprised that there was even an article written about it with so little information. But also it's 2025, so not really. um
Well, if you scroll down, you want talks about a brothel, a legal brothel in Europe that had the weirdest requests. So there's that.
Europe's got some weird shit going on. Oh, real quick, on that, I did actually skim that article. The weirdest request the lady at the brothel got was some guy pretending to be a freaking plumber. He literally didn't do anything with the workers there. He just pretended to be a plumber for a couple hours and went the fuck home. That's hilarious to me. I don't know why, but that is so funny. But the last news article that kind of caught my attention was the girl from Wilson Phillips.
And this is why they fell off the charts.
She's the one that ran to Christianity as fast as her little legs could take her. So the article was saying that I think her name's China.
Something like that.
I think her name is China, but it's like the thinner blonde member of the group. She, I guess, supposedly dabbled in witchcraft. Her mom's friend was like a tarot reader, and he introduced her to a quote unquote white witch, which I'm real tired of the articles using that fucking term, but that'll be a discussion for another day. Um, or maybe today if we have time, we'll see. But supposedly he took her to a quote unquote white witch, who then told her about like her past lives. And basically she's saying that the stuff that this lady was telling her was giving her anxiety about her life. And supposedly she started seeing stuff in her practice with witchcraft and stuff that she didn't like, and she like ran to Christianity. I guess now she runs like her own ministry or something. And I
Yeah.
just think it's so, this trope is exhausting, and it's one of those things where I'm like, when you dabble in witchcraft you start to see just how real it is. I've mentioned in the past how I got into astrology by going into it to prove that it was false,
Yeah, dude.
and then found out like, oh shit, maybe not, maybe there's like some weight to this. And now I'm a working astrologer. um the same thing was with witchcraft. I was like, well, I've seen it done, I've seen people do things, and I have my own thoughts on it, so I just was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and then I was like, okay, I mean, and you've seen throughout the years when things happen, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know it was like this real.
Yeah.
And it can be scary, but it's one of those things like when you start to see something esoteric or just supernatural, I guess is actually the word I'm looking for. But that can scare some people, so they want to run to something that's more comforting. and for
Here's the
most
thing.
people and for most people it would be
These two,
religion.
especially her, because this is Phillips, she is she comes from musical royalty as it is. I mean, Wilson Phillips, both, all the girls, you know, two of them come from, the mamas and the papas in the 60s who very much were into the occult. And then, of course, the Beach Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows the Beach Boys were into the occult, even though they learned like the whole
Really?
sunshine and
No, not everybody. I didn't. What?
yeah,
I don't
like
know. I don't know anything about them because I don't like their music or I don't like anything about them. They look like dorks. So
but yeah, like these
they were?
girls, yeah, like these girls come from two big bands from back in the 60s. Like their parents and stuff are like, especially the mamas and the papas. Come on.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I thought the Beach Boys were like squares, like
Mm-mm.
super squares.
Girl, like it's like the Beatles. They did
I
some
thought the
weird.
Beatles were super squares until like way later in life too. When I was a kid though, I was like, look at these dorky people with their dorky haircuts. But
No.
I was not a nice kid. I was a very mean kid.
No, like what do you call it? Like the Beach Boys, the Beatles, they were all into weird shit. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
And like this chick turns around and she's like all Miss High and Mighty now. Why? Because
she got scared. I really do think that's all it is. Like I don't think there is a deeper explanation.
yeah,
We've seen this so many
she
times.
probably got the tarot
Hey,
cards.
what's that one girl? Uh there's this one lady, she used to make tarot decks. And
Mm.
then all of a sudden she became like a hardcore Christian and was like tarot decks are evil, they're demonic, they're yeah, she was like a big one. And then all of a sudden, a lot of workers and diviners and stuff like completely blacklisted her decks. And some of her decks are absolutely stunning. Like the artwork is beautiful, but she's
They're
basically
brown?
black. I know, I think I would
No.
know her name when I heard it. I'll look it up at some point and come back to that. But basically, yeah, there's some people who are like, hey, I bought these decks before the switch, so I'm not going to not use them or not have them. I'm not going to throw my money away.
No.
But a lot of people really did. They completely stopped buying her stuff. But the thing is, she didn't have copyright.
Mm-mm.
Like she didn't own her copyrights. A company did. So they still are published and they're still sold. And she actually went on like a campaign begging people not to buy them. She doesn't want them sold anymore. She doesn't want them on the market. And yeah, so
Oh
this is
well.
just like a trope we've seen over and over and over again of people being like, "Oh, I want to dabble in woo woo and I want to be a witch and I want to be a white witch and all this other stupid shit."
Excuse
And
me.
then they see it for real and,
Yeah,
they
dude.
get scared.
I
It's not for everybody.
she probably got the tarot card saying that Wilson and Phillips would, probably like have one hit wonders and be gone. And she got mad.
Mm-mm.
I only know one of their songs, honestly. I only know one Wilson and Phillips song.
Hold on.
It's the Hold On Now.
Yeah, it's called Hold On.
It's the only one I actually know. And I mean, I know Carney Wilson, but took off and did some stuff after that, you know. But yeah, man.
Oh, her name was Doreen Virtue.
There you go. There you go.
That's the tarot lady who used to make different kinds of decks. I think she made like angel decks, tarot decks, oracle decks, all of that.
Yeah, because I
And
have a deck
then,
of hers.
oh really?
Yes, I
I
know.
don't I don't I don't think
I had a
a lot of
deck from
decks.
her like years ago. It's somewhere in my stack of decks because we had discussed that before.
Yeah, I think we discussed that in the past, not here though. So basically, like I said, I that is essentially the story in a nutshell. She started out as a deck artist and they were really well received. And unfortunately, a lot of people do still like them and buy them. But some of the older diviners who actually remember the story and what happened, they have basically blacklisted her and her products, rightfully so. It's really exhausting to see a lot of people who find intrigue in our lifestyle and then want to see what it's like and then get terrified and run away. And my thing
Exactly.
is, well, here's the thing. Even if you're scared of something and you don't want to do with it any you don't want to do it anymore, then don't do it anymore. But you don't need to bash it and try to stop other people from doing it because for some people it really changes their life for the better. It just
Yeah.
depends on the person. That's what it's not for everybody.
It's just weird, like, because when you sent me that, I was like, oh, they're still relevant? Because, like I said, I only knew the one song, and I don't ever remember hearing them do anything after that. And then all of a sudden,
I
like,
think
the
part of
only
it is you being petty about it too.
dude, for real, I guess
Like you
maybe.
one hit wonder bitches. Hey, like, hey, leave the other girls out of it.
Okay, Carney Wilson, I love. Carney Wilson's freaking fantastic. She's hilarious, and she actually went on to do something else and stuff.
Yeah.
But like this other chick who like took her money and ran from the one hit and then all that. Now she's
It's
over
the
there.
one that I actually never knew her name.
No, see, I knew the Wilson sisters. I just
Oh,
didn't know the
see,
Phillip
I did
chick.
not. I looked at her and I was like, is her name China? Why is it spelled like that? That's how I felt. Like that's how I felt when I didn't know who she was.
What your parents be
But
smoking to spell it that way?
she has one of those names that ends up on the tragedy Reddit. I love that Reddit, you guys. If you are pregnant and you're about to name a baby, one, don't name it Theodore, and two, check Reddit and go to
Got
the
lucky not having a Theodore nephew.
hi Brandy's sister. If you hear me over here talking shit, my bad.
Now we always talking shit. Even Linda was. None of us wanted that poor baby to be named Theodore. So
If
when
your
he was
name is Theodore, I apologize. You have a wonderful name. It's beautiful. Love it.
it just didn't
However,
it just didn't suit my nephew too well, my nephew.
how yeah, however, I think that name should be fucking retired because it's 2025 and all Theodores should be 50 or older at this point. So I told her at this point, if you name a kid Theodore, if somebody hears that, they're instantly going to think of the chipmunks. And I was like, if she names that baby Theodore, his nickname is going to be Chip.
And I told her the day that he was born, when he was born, if his that was going to be his actual name, she was getting a text message of a picture of the chipmunk. And thank God I didn't have to send that picture. I'm
Yeah,
very
she
pleased.
had a lot of that little boy had a lot of people fighting for him. I hope he's grateful when he grows up because he's gonna get this story.
Yes. Oh, nobody wanted your mama to name you Theodore. We all fought it.
Like, did you know your mom wanted to name you Theodore? Ugh. Like, what would like imagine your nickname could have been Theo or Ted or Teddy.
Oh, dude. And of course,
Anyways.
my mother wanted to call him Teddy. No. Oh, yep. Exactly, fearless. That is what I thought about. I kept thinking of our fat president, Teddy Roosevelt, along with the chipmunk. So I did not want my nephew to be named that because of a chunky president with a weird mustache. So we're lucky he did not. Yeah. Because my sister actually did not have a name when she went to the hospital that afternoon either.
Yes. So, my advice if you're having or planning on having a baby, do two things, three things. Don't name him Theodore. Check the tragedy Reddit and check our short that has the timing so you can pick your sign, your baby sign. And
Yes.
stop making Scorpios. Give it a rest. I
Okay, I
blame
didn't mean
Valentine's.
to.
It's Valentine's Day. I guarantee it. Like that's the problem. We all
Actually,
know it too. The reason there's so many fucking Scorpios is because they're 9 months after the holiday that requires fucking, and I'm tired of it. We don't need
actually,
any
my
more.
Scorpio wasn't supposed to be a Scorpio. My baby,
Oh,
my daughter decided to come 2 months early. She was supposed to be born January 19th, not November 19th. So she
she would
wasn't
have been a
supposed to be.
Capricorn. So
Yes.
you got a better deal.
She was supposed to be a Capricorn and all that, but
Barely though. She was
she,
she was damn
she
near gonna be an Aquarius.
but my grandmother was rooting for that because my grandmother was an Aquarius.
I'm glad she wasn't a Capricorn. I probably would not have liked her.
But yes.
Y'all, I'm just kidding. My husband is a January Capricorn, which is, fun. But he's a oh, why can't I remember his moon sign right now? I know his rising and his sun is this is crazy because I've been with him so long and I've been doing astrology for a while. I'm a little rusty. I stopped doing any astrology readings for like over a year. So I'm a little rusty, but I'm getting back into it. But he, if I remember correctly, without looking at his chart, he is a Capricorn, Taurus or Sagittarius. I don't know. It was
He's
something else hard headed. It was something else hard headed too. And in Chinese astrology, he's a goat too. So he's fun.
just a goat either way.
He's monotone fun. But but no, Scorpios are something else too, especially girl Scorpios. Yeah, I know. Girl Scorpio. Okay, so girl Scorpios have a negative connotation to boy Scorpios, just like male Aquarians have negative, like people don't really like that. I don't know why. I've actually never encountered one, but we're one of the rarer signs. So like I hear that women Aquariuses are kind of fun because we're just weird, but I hear that male Aquariuses are just flat out fucking toxic. But I don't know because I've never
And it's
met one.
funny.
I know that the astrology lines up for that to be the case though, because we can be a little much, but I
And it's
don't
funny
know.
because my Mima and my aunt, my mom's sister, they're both Aquariuses, and they're just pains in my ass. You're the first Aquarius female I have met that is not making me want to strangle the shit out of them.
Were they both January?
My Mima is the
I like
beginning of
I prefer
January.
January. January,
My
no, it's the end of January, early February. That's when Aquarius is.
Yeah, see, Mima is January, and my Aunt Carrie is February.
Okay, so they were a little different.
And I wanted to, I love my Mima very much, but she was one of those backhanded, complimented kind of ladies
Hmm.
where you're like, hmm. And then my aunt, she's just straight up, if she's just straight up an asshole, just straight up. So just want to strangle her to death. That's like I said, first freaking Aquarius I've ever met that I never wanted to like murder.
So you've also never met a male Aquarius? I can't think of one. That's crazy. Like
Mm-mm.
I really can't because I'm trying to think like, yeah, no. I don't even
No,
know other than my husband, I don't even know no guys that were born in January.
no. And my only ne one I know is my nephew, but he's not. He's a Capricorn, January Capricorn. And
Men,
he's
if you are here and you are a male Aquarius, please be honest in these comments. Are you toxic? Like, I just want to
that
know.
we need
Like,
to
be honest.
know.
Because I'll be honest. Like, okay, so I'm Sag rising, Aquarius sun, Cancer moon. So I'm a shit show. So I will admit that all of those things, yeah, a little bit of the toxic side comes out of that. A Cancer moon is insane and it's not fun. So
I'm just
and that's
weird.
and that Sag rising does not help it.
Let's see. I'm a Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius.
Yeah. You have Sag moon,
No, Scorpio.
Sag rising?
Yep.
It's because you little people look, even if they're really nice regularly, if you set them off, I don't know what happens. They turn into like little demon monsters, little like Tasmanian devils that like spin around and spit when they talk.
We
um,
goblins. We turn into
yes.
like goblins.
And I know this because I am a giant. I am for a woman, I'm considered tall and I'm not small either, like in stature. I am 5'9" and chunky. So so
I'm
almost
5'2".
almost every woman I know is much smaller than me. So yeah, Brandy Boo here is 5'2", little itty bitty.
Well, according to my new update on my doctor's thing, I'm 5'1" and like some change, but I'm going with 5'2".
Okay, so she's at that age now where she's gonna start getting shorter. So we're gonna say she's 5'1" now. Because the only people that give a shit about like quarter inches and shit are short people. So
Yes.
I'm not entertaining that today. I'm just not. So she's 5'1", but all of my female in-laws are also very short. Like they make Brandy look tall. I have nieces that are 4'11". My mother-in-law is 5 foot. My sister-in-law is like, I think she's also 4'11". And one of my nieces is 4'10". So yeah, we have a little family of homunculi.
We are. We're little homunculi.
they're my
It's great.
they're my favorite little homunculi. And I forgot where I was going with that. Anyways. But I did want to kind of circle back to when I was giving life updates, because there is something that I've been working on lately that started out as something very mundane, but now I'm like, okay, this is part of my practice now. So,
Just an interrupted FYI. Somehow, some way, even if it's boring and mundane, we will figure a way to make it witchy. And
oh,
we have a billion.
absolutely. Almost everything. Everything from like taking your daily shower to breakfast. I don't care. In fact, every morning that I drink coffee, I turn to that into a ritual because I don't drink coffee every single day. But if I get up and make a coffee, just know, like, leave me alone. I'm doing something. But but a while back, I decided that I wanted a bar in the house. And I kind of went on a deep dive researching different kinds of liquors, down to like what they're made out of, what they can be used for. And not to mention, there's just been a long tradition of using different spirits in witchcraft. I mean, one, it's called spirits, it's the spirit of the plant used to make it. Um, Plus, it's just used for a lot of base things. It's alcohol, it, is a preservative, and it makes things not go bad. Anyways, so as I was building my home bar, it ended up actually becoming part of my practice too, at least as far as with how I pick the liquor that I stock on it and what I use it for. And lately, um, judge me not. Me and my husband, we're child free. We don't want kids. And we're at that age now where we care a little bit less about our health because we don't have kids and we don't want kids, and we're going through the processes to make sure that there's no oopsie kids either. um, so we're kind of like, well, we're middle aged, and if we want to just enjoy the rest of our life, I feel like we are approaching the ages where we should be able to do that with less fear. Especially because I
Exactly.
feel like and it's less selfish because we don't plan on having kids. So I don't care about, I mean, I don't want to get cancer or anything like that. But if I'm smoking and I get sick, I don't leave behind people that need me to survive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My husband will be fine if I die. I will be fine if he dies, as far as like keeping ourselves alive.
Exactly, dude.
So I decided I wanted to start smoking hookah again, because I had dropped all nicotine when I got with him because of the possibility of becoming a parent. Once that was actually like dead, dead, I was like, I think I want to start smoking again. And he was like, smoking what? And I was like, I don't want to go back to cigarettes, because I feel like if I want to come back to something, I want to come back to something elevated. So I was like,
Classier.
I was like, I want to be a smoking bitch, but a bougie one. And so I told him I wanted hookah. I had smoked it with friends back in the day. I always really liked it. Um, but I don't know. At the time, I smoked Newports. Um,
No worse than
so
my
he,
Marlboro menthols.
so I had told my husband, I was like, what do you think about me adding on to the bar, just expanding it to the other side of the living room and turning that side into like a little hookah lounge, put a little like lounge chair over there, put the lights up, like make it fun. And he was like, I don't care. Because he's a Capricorn. He's not enthused about anything, but he also is not anti it either. So I started planning that. And as I was looking into like um traditional hookah usage and stuff like that, there's a lot of ritual behind it. And I was like, okay, I can get behind that. I love making things ritualistic. It's one of my favorite things to do. Um, but then I started seeing that they also incorporate their own superstitions into it. And I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. so, so one of them is keeping your head above the hookah. And that's to keep to keep your it's a power dynamic over it because nicotine is incredibly addictive. So it's kind of like showing that you have power over the addiction instead of having the addiction over you. And it goes into like what that place's house rules are. There's so much to it that I'm just like, this is it's kind of like when you look at Catholicism through a witchy lens and you're just like, all
Yes.
of this is woo woo. It's fun,
Yes.
right?
Dude, no, for real. It's like, well, because like I told you, there was one place when I lived in Phoenix that we would go to, and it was very like it was amazing, it was beautiful, but it was very they had rules, they had their superstitions, they had everything. And it was just like it was culturally beautiful, like specific flavors were for
Mm-hmm.
specific uses or like moods and
Yes.
stuff.
Oh my God. Look, I'm so excited. You have no idea.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. And I really enjoy incorporating as much as I can. Almost everything can can be used for energy manipulation. Everything from clothing to food and food ingredients to even use smoking. Smoking is also one of those things that seems to be frowned upon about by the current times,
Yeah.
but it's also been something that's been part of witchcraft for ages and ages too. People smoke
Centuries.
cigars. Yeah. Um, people smoke cigars. They offer cigars. You need cigar smoke for a lot of woo woo in like Mexico, in the South, in
Yeah.
places where there's a lot of African diaspora. Yeah. So Native American practices, like tobacco is just, it's one of the most used plants that I've seen in witchcraft, more so than sage.
Yeah, I think so too. Because honestly, like
Far, like more than sage, right? Like, would you agree? Do you think?
I do agree because like it's funny because even before I learned about the stage stuff and everything, I always saw people using tobacco smoke versus sage smoke.
I actually grew up with both. My mom would do smudging ceremonies, but they used tobacco for healing. Um, in fact, I have always throughout my entire life been very prone to ear infections. I have narrow ear, nose, and throat, like, I don't know what they're called, tunnels. like, um,
Passages.
yeah. So all of that is very narrow. And so as a kid, I got a lot of ear infections and they would blow tobacco smoke into my ears to soothe it. It did
The
help.
tone. Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that to me too because I was prone, like I always had ear infections or strep throat. So they would do the ear cones and then blow this tobacco smoke down my ear,
Yeah.
especially after swimming, so I wouldn't get one.
I think Voodoo Grandma is the one that put my mom up on that. And
I love it.
they used it as a drawing salve too. I remember
Mhm.
one time I had got hurt. I don't remember what it was. I got stung or something when we were out fishing. Like we were on an island. And so my mom, I don't even know where the hell she got it from because she didn't even smoke cigarettes. That was weird. But looking back, that was really weird. We were on Grizzly Island in California. I'll never forget this. And I had got stung on my hand, and my mom put some like dampened tobacco on it until we could get home.
No, it's like my husband, he chews tobacco and like I remember the first time he like got cut or something. He like just spit it on there and rubbed it and I was like,
Okay, yeah, no,
uh,
ew. I can't do that one. Nope. Mm-mm.
I was like, all right, okay.
That just made me a little queasy.
But that I guess that's a thing around here all the time. Just spit some tobacco juice on it.
Mm-mm. Also, I think the reason it makes me really nauseous is growing up at Voodoo Grandma's house. Also, for a little background, the woman that I call Voodoo Grandma is actually my step grandmother. She's my little sister's biological paternal grandmother. And I love and miss her every single day. She passed away a long time ago. But
Oh,
she would babysit us a lot. So we would be at her house a lot. But there was this my sister's uncle, he chewed tobacco and he would have a the top cut off of a milk jug and just spit in that, and it like the smell, like I can't, like just thinking about it is making me extremely nauseous right
it's not a very yeah.
it's potent. In my one of my brothers, he chewed tobacco and I just, but he gutted his, like he just swallowed it, and I'm just like, I hate all
Oh,
of you for I hate all of you. No, I don't care how you chew it, it's gross. Like please just stop.
yeah, I grew up with it too. My dad, stepdad, what do you call it? He chewed my uncles. Now apparently my brothers and my other uncles. So it's not a big deal to me. It's funny because when I met him, my husband, I didn't know he chewed tobacco for like a week after we started dating. Like he
Also, to
didn't.
clarify, we're old, so when we were young, smoking was cool. It was the popular kids smoked. You looked cool if you were a smoker. I get that nowadays people are like, ew. And that's fine. Like if you don't want to smoke, that's fine. Don't fuck your lungs up. But I had my first cigarette in fifth grade. So I was I it's funny because I remember it like it was yesterday. I could tell the story perfectly. I was in fifth grade. I was walking home with my friend Christina, and I grew up in a tiny town in Northern California, and we were walking home and we were walking down Main Street, and there's a bar called Hickey's Bar. And remember, we're walking home from school, so it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon,
Oh
and
my
there's this
God.
lady outside of Hickey's Bar, drunk as fuck already. And my friend Christina walks up to her and is like, hey, can I bum a cigarette from you? And she was like, yeah. And she goes to give her one. And some guy's like, don't give them kids no damn cigarette. Those are kids. And she's like, how old are you? And my friend's like, 15. We were not. We were in fifth grade. I think we were like, what, 11?
Yeah, you're like 11 in fifth grade.
She was like 15, and the lady is like, I started smoking when I was 15, it's fine, and she gives it to her, and the guy's just like, whatever, like he's pissed because this lady just gave us kids a cigarette. And so we go in the alley and she lights it, and she's kind of used to smoking cigarettes because she would steal her mom's cigarettes.
Oh my
This was my
gosh.
very first drag ever. I'm in the freaking alleyway behind Hickey's Bar, and I hit this cigarette and I instantly start dying coughing. And I felt sick. I think I went home and just laid down. Like I did not feel good. And then a few years later, I was like stealing my family's cigarette.
No, dude, like that's actually it's pretty much about the same like time frame. I think I was like in sixth grade. I was like 12. And like because I was one of those kids that had to wait a whole year to start school because of my birth date. So like all my good like my like friends I grew up with were like always a year older, which sucked. And what do you call it? So I remember my friend Bianca coming back from like one of her older people parties talking about smoking, and like she busts out a cigarette and she's like, you should go take some from your mom. And I did.
Go steal me some cigarettes.
And so she was like, well, I remember being on the side of the house and us smoking terrible Mavericks, mind you. The
No.
black pack of Mavericks. And like it was funny because like 3 days after that, my dad had come home in the diesel truck, and like when you pull it, where you pulled in, he could see us on the side of the house hiding, and he went and bought cigarettes thinking it was gonna make us stop. Nope, Dad, thanks for the cigarettes. Bye.
Yeah. My husband says that I'm from land of the heathens because by middle school, I was smoking cigarettes and drinking regularly on the weekend. And by high school, my family knew it. and they honestly, I have a little bit of a trashy background. So my family was like, well, all right then. Like
Yeah.
my grandma was the type of grandma, like I love her to death, but she was a little bit of an enabler. Not a little bit, she was very much an enabler. And by high school, she was buying me cartons of Newports. And this is how you guys know it was a different time. Because at the time, I instantly became the most popular kid at the school
Yep.
because I had an endless supply of Newports.
Dude, that's exactly, because like by the time I hit high school, and my mom actually like my dad was like, she's smoking, just give in. So my mom would buy a carton and do the same because at the time my mom was smoking. And it's funny because like I remember seeing my mom smoking here and there as a kid, but and people in my family, but they wouldn't do it in public or during
Mm-hmm.
like actual functions outside the family.
Mm-hmm.
Or they would go hide, like my grandma Patty would go hide in this in the atrium area she had to do it. But like I never saw anybody really drink or smoke and shit until
And
I got to
see, I'm the
school.
whole opposite spectrum. My grandma was a hardcore alcoholic. She actually died of lung cancer from cigarettes. And she had already beat it once. She got lung cancer from cigarettes twice. And yeah, so but I just had a thought too. It's really funny because I know there are practitioners who do not smoke at all, and
Yeah.
do I think they're all fake? No. But here is one thing that I do want to point out that I've noticed. All of the practitioners that I know personally that I consider legit, they smoke at least a little bit sometimes and something. It doesn't matter what. Not everybody smokes tobacco. Like sometimes it's weed, sometimes it's cloves or herbal blends. But for the most part, almost every practitioner I know that I consider legit, they smoke something. I don't know what, like some, most of them is actually cigarettes for real. And a lot of them is weed. I do both. You're muted, girl. Nobody heard you say yeah. I'm
This-
just saying yeah because I saw you say yeah.
Sorry, I had a moment where I had interruption and I was like, oh, I forgot. Ugh.
Yeah, she has a house full. I'm home alone, so I can be loud. I don't have to mute myself at all. At most, you might hear
No.
somebody outside.
Ugh. Dude, right? Your neighbors. But yeah, like I don't know, like for me, if you're a practitioner and you don't do that, it's cool, but like there's some things I want to know what you do in replacement of that.
Yeah, because some, well, again, if you just like loosely practice like witchcraft and you don't have specific traditions that you're following, I guess, do what you want to do. My practice started out that way where I was just kind of doing what I wanted to do, piecing this and that together. It's getting a little more traditional as I age. um so I don't know, I don't want to say that you like if you don't do it, it's weird. But yeah, how do you replace that? Because for so many things, your breath is important. And sometimes that requires like that smoke to be, or like your breath to be imbued with something.
Exactly. Like, what's your replacement?
Yeah.
Like,
Cause I know tons of rituals and workings that require you to blow tobacco smoke.
mhm.
Clean tobacco smoke though. Like sometimes when I see that written, I'll see people doing it with like cigarettes, like from the store cigarettes, not roll your own, not. And I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that because there's like arsenic and poisons and like things in there that I feel like might fuck it up. Go get some real good tobacco. In fact, a
Like really good
good
pipe tobacco.
and a good tip on that is find your local reservations because that's where it's going to be clean, it's going to be fresh, and it's just a, what's the word, it's the right way to buy things. Kind of
And
like
so,
with white sage, like you should get it from the source. I'm forgetting the proper terminology right now. My
yeah.
apologies.
And see, that's how I kind of like living out here.
Sustainable. Wait, no, I don't think
Sustainable.
sustainable.
No.
I don't think that's right either. I just think it's the appropriate way to do things. Like you shouldn't like
Yeah.
don't support a company that's like appropriating it and just there for profit. Get it from the people who actually take it serious.
See, and that's why I like living out here because even if you can't get to a reservation and stuff, like the stores around here carry like straight twisted tobacco leaves because there's old men around here who sit there and chew on that.
Ew.
Yeah.
I mean, not ew for them, but ew for me.
Mm. Man, so it's easy to find those.
but yeah, if you guys do, or I'm not trying to create any new smokers, by the way. I do not recommend it. If you don't do it, don't start unless you want to. I mean, I'm also not telling you not to. So, but if you do already smoke tobacco, maybe look into some other options, because another thing is the shisha is made fresh. Like it's just processed tobacco that's mixed with like fruit extracts and stuff like that that makes a syrup. It's made with like fruit glycerin and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So I feel like it's just more a more natural process. You know everything that's in it and you can adjust accordingly. And what's crazy is, like you were saying with the spot in Arizona, you can actually buy pre-mixed blends as well, or blend your own, because a
Yeah.
lot of it is either like spices and herbs or fruits. um, some of the more exotic ones even contain like certain flowers like hibiscus and jasmine.
Hmm.
So, and then there's like green tea. So even like milk flavors and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things, because I know a lot of witchcraft that deals with milk as a ingredient as well. So sorry, I'm over
Yeah.
here knocking things over. But
No, why not? I did it earlier.
yeah, there's a lot of ways to have smoking as a ritual in witchcraft versus just plain tobacco.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really fun figuring it out. I have a long list of shisha I want.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, like a lot. You have it's don't look through my phone. It's embarrassing. But I am a list making person, you guys. So my phone is an embarrass, like if I die, I'm breaking my phone. It's like bury it with me. Do not look at my phone. Cause like I hyper plan everything. You're gonna be like, this lady is psycho. Maybe a little bit.
We got lists and lists and lists of everything.
Also, direction, which is something that's important as far as I've ever read in every single witchcraft practice or magical practice, is like direction, the directions you're facing, the directions you're stirring things, so on and so forth. Like just everything directional matters. And that also matters in hookah. Like some people are very adamant about it being like clockwise. Um, so yeah. Make your smoking ritual. If not, you're just killing yourself for what? For no reason? If I'm gonna risk it, I'm gonna make it worth it.
What is it? Can't risk it if you don't get the biscuit.
Got to risk it to get the biscuit,
There you
something like that.
go. Something to that effect.
But
Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, dude, I like the list you were sending me and all that stuff. I was like, some of these are gonna be amazing. These are gonna be awesome rituals and little things to add to your workings.
also I'm just really excited to decorate it. I love decorating. There was a point in time in my life where I wanted to be an interior decorator. I even like enrolled in school to do it and then didn't go. I hate school. But anyways, yeah, so I can't wait to set up my tiny little hookah corner, because
It's
I'm
gonna be
basically
cool.
turning, I have a pretty big living room, and one whole side of it is basically a home bar. And I'm planning on turning the other side, because me and my husband basically live in our bedroom. We have a TV. Like, I don't know, I'm in here right now. Like, I'm never in the living room. So I was like, the only reason we ever go in the living room is if we're entertaining. So it might as well just look like a lounge versus a
A
family
living room.
living room, because we don't have kids, we don't have pets, we don't need it to be functional as a living room. Our
No.
bedroom is our living room. So that's just where we entertain. And I was like, fuck it, let's just make it a lounge. And he was like, I don't care. Cause again, Capricorn, he doesn't care. I get to do
Well,
whatever I want because I married a Capricorn.
eh, I get to do
Am I
whatever I
wrong?
want. No, you're not.
What big ass project have I presented to him that he said no to?
None.
None of them.
Sounds like this one over here. None.
Yeah. We're a little bit spoiled. We get our way a lot.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. So
It
yeah,
is.
so I want to turn the other half into like a hookah lounge, like a modern one though, with like pretty lights and stuff. So
It's gonna look so cool.
I'm looking forward to that. I'll post pictures on our social media when I finish it.
Yay.
It
I
took me
love
like
it.
a year. I think it took me like a year to do the bar. So I think Hookah
Actually,
is
no, it didn't
way
take you
too.
that
Yes, it did. It didn't seem like it, but it really did. Um, like, well, it didn't take me a year to get the bar. It took me a year to get the bar and get it fully fleshed out, like all the glassware, all the
long. True.
bottles, so on and so forth. Like that took
Because we
like
went on a
roughly a year.
glassware hunt.
Yeah.
Mm,
So yeah,
It was fun
hopefully,
though.
but hookah stuff is way cheaper than liquor. Like it's not close. Boxes of shisha range from like $4 to $10
Yeah,
for
that's
like
about.
smaller packs of it because I don't need a kilogram tub of it at a time. I'm not doing all that. But it's pretty cheap. So I think I should be able to do it in less than a year.
I think so too.
That
Plus,
bar was expensive. Liquor is expensive, y'all.
yeah,
I'm glad I
that
don't drink
was
very
like a
much.
whole year and a half of investigations, research, and
And me
everything.
bothering the hell out of people with stupid information about liquor that they did not ask me. But that's what I do with all my deep dives.
You know what? Makes it fun. Like, cause I like if I don't know it already and she's learning it, I want to learn it. Like, I have no objections to learning new things.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's so fun. Like, when she's like, I'm on a deep dive, I'm down the rabbit hole. Oh,
It's like,
okay. What we learning?
great. What are we learning today?
What are we learning? What are we learning?
Yeah.
And like I said, like we can always incorporate it into our practice. Everything,
Hmm.
everything and anything, we can find a way to incorporate it.
Yeah.
Everything. It's like I'm redecorating and redoing stuff here at the house, and like I totally scrapped like an entire wall of decorations to restart it with all new shit. Like my witchy
Well,
wall.
yeah, and it's hella pretty. You should take pictures and post it on our socials for people to see.
And I'm not even done yet. And it's just like I scrapped that
Show progress
whole
pictures.
yeah, like I scrapped that whole wall because she remembers when I first met her and she saw it and like it had like pentacles and stuff like that. Like obvious witchy stuff.
You
This
guys,
time
she has a blasphemous witchy wall with like Catholicism and witchcraft and Satanism all on the same wall.
I've got my whole wall that's got Lilith and then Adam and Eve and then Adam and Eve getting kicked out of the garden and then a picture of Adam or Lilith and Eve together.
Do not bring your Catholic grandmas to her house. They will
Oh.
have a heart attack and die.
And then the whole wall of my Dante's Inferno, and then the witches in the fire dancing, along with a giant rosary and a whole bunch of crucifixes. And
Well,
I'm not
see,
even done.
I think for me, part of the redecorating and actually trying to incorporate more of my practice into just what my place of residence looks like, um, stems from not being able to for so long.
Oh,
I was in the broom closet for the majority of my practice. I've only been out of it for like 2 years, maybe three at the most.
yeah.
Basically, since we moved where we live now, I don't care anymore. Like I really don't care
Mm.
who knows anymore. I don't go around announcing it or like wearing shirts that say as I'm a witch or like witch hoodies or anything like that. But also if you're in my house and you see something, I don't care. Like I just really
Huh.
don't anymore. So now that I can do that, um, I plan on doing it. So that's kind of where the whole I want to redecorate comes from because now I don't have to hide it. I used to have to keep everything in like a corner in a room.
God, dude. And now that
Now
my
it's about to
kids,
be everywhere.
and seeing now that my kids are older, like they're teenagers, so I can redecorate and have grown-up shit now. I can
Yeah.
have grown-up stuff now.
And
Because one
see,
of
that's another thing too, is like we can also get things like that too that are super grown up because there's not going to be any kids to mess it up.
nope. Because, they're teenagers now. I've got one that'll be 15 and the other one that'll be 18. So, I can be a grown-up now.
Yeah, now it's if you break it, you better buy me a new one because you damn near an adult. Figure it out.
Exactly, dude.
Like you broke my glass table, cool. You owe me $500. Go figure it out. Get a job.
Exactly, dude. So,
Mow the neighbor's mountain.
go mow the mountain.
Go mow the mountain. It's a joke, you guys. They live in the mountains. They don't have like yards, like for real. I mean, they have. It's weird. they have yards. Like there's grass outside, but it's not like your flat, typical suburban yards.
Absolutely not.
I
I
think
have
trying
to,
to mow the side of a mountain would give me a straight up aneurysm because no, one day my husband was driving home and I'm passenger princess all the time. And we're going down the freaking freeway and I see somebody in one of them giant ride-on lawnmowers on the side of the freeway, and it's like damn near sideways. It's almost like vertical sideways. And I'm like, he's gonna fall over. He was like, no, they're weighted to where they won't do that. They're made for this. It's fine. What do you think they do on the side of the freeway to keep the grass cut? This is what they
yeah,
do.
dude.
And I'm sitting there freaking out. I'm like, what's gonna happen if that thing flips over and he just lands in the middle of the freeway while people are doing 90 down the lodge? And I'm just like, look,
Mind you,
back in
my neighbor does that constantly. Like all three of my neighbors are mowing at least 2 or 3 times a week, and I don't know why. And they all have the riding lawnmowers. And the first time I saw that, I thought they were gonna fall, like tilt off too.
I
I
was
was
so
like,
scared for that guy. I just wanted to get away from him. I was like, you got to get where I can't see him.
oh,
I was like, I hope he gets hazard pay or something. Like, I was really like, really, really involved with this guy that I don't know on the side of the freeway. But I really was like, I hope he gets hazard pay. He better be getting at least $50 an hour. That's crazy. He's out here risking his life for some fucking grass on the freeway.
right?
My husband's just driving, ignoring me.
He's like, all right, ma'am, whatever.
He's so used to me freaking out in the car. Like one time when we first got together, this is how he found out ignore this bitch in the car. We were going somewhere. It was early in the morning too, so it really pissed him off. He is not a morning person. So we're going somewhere. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. And all of a sudden, a squirrel runs out in the street. I literally scream bloody murder. Like ear piercing, glass breaking, high pitched scream. Like somebody was trying to literally take my life. And so he hits the brakes. And he was like, what? And I was like, you almost hit the squirrel. He's like, so? And I was like, what do you mean, so? And he was just like, it's too early for that. He's like, you could have caused an accident. And I was like, no, you could have caused an accident if you hit the squirrel. And he was like, no, because I would have kept going. And I was like, I would have made you pull over. And he was like, I don't have time for this.
Life, life. They've just learned to deal with our shenanigans and dramatics.
My husband is a very roll with the punches type guy. Like if something happens, he's just like, well, I gotta keep going. Like I don't know. Me, I'm like, time for a meltdown real quick. Then we can pick up and keep going. But I have to melt down right now first.
You gotta give me 5 minutes.
I need to have a panic attack, cry, and then get it together. Then we can proceed.
Right? I have to throw a tantrum.
Right.
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna go. I'm gonna go throw a tantrum and I'm gonna walk out here like I know exactly what the hell I'm doing. And really not. That's just how it rolls.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Also, it's been about an hour, so I think we should wrap up here soon. But one thing I wanted to announce, I was going to wait till the first, but the first is a Monday, which is
Which
tomorrow, which
tomorrow.
is stupid. So I'm not going to wait a whole nother week to announce it. But I wanted to announce that we are actually starting a Patreon. I think I mentioned it last week, but now I want to like formally explain a little bit more about it
Woo!
because it's kind of my passion project and I love it and it's my baby and I hope you guys love it too. We put a ton of work into this. So basically, if you join our Patreon, one, I'm not going to say the number, even though I kind of already did. If you join now, or not now, but if you join in October, which is when we're going to actually start formally pushing stuff out, like it is open now if you want to follow now. But October is when we're going to start actually putting out the content. So a little outline of what you can expect is monthly there will be regular newsletters and content that's put out that will be outlined on the Patreon. Everybody will be able to see that whether you are subscribed or not. But some of the key factors are quarterly there will be special edition newsletters and recipes basically every third month you get a ton of new content, recipes, the newsletter, and it's a full newsletter. It's not just like a couple articles, it's articles, it is recipes, it is current events, it is astrology and horoscopes and crosswords, and all of that is it's fully
It's an
fleshed
actual
out. And
paper.
yeah, it's a full newspaper. And that's kind of my baby. I'm sure I'm forgetting some major points here, but it's probably because the newsletter is kind of my baby, and I spent a lot of time and effort getting that laid out. It's not easy.
Nope, but it's
So
amazing.
yeah, and also there will be two extra episodes a month there. It'll be on the first and third Sundays of the every month. Sorry, I promise I can talk. But yeah, there's going to be two extra episodes a month, the monthly newsletter, in addition to some other stuff that is slipping my mind right now. But
We'll
next,
have,
oh, do you know?
yes, what do you call it? So besides the newsletters and the extra episodes, we'll have like little PDF books that we created and
Oh yeah, ebooks.
the
That's
ebooks
what I
that
was
we
thinking of.
the ebooks and a whole bunch of other extra things that we have kind of planned, but those are the set plan things already.
And that's where we will have a Discord community set up, because one, I'm not on social media. So if you guys want to communicate with me, you're probably going to have to follow us either on Patreon. Well, you're going to have to follow us on Patreon to get to the Discord. But
Yeah.
if you join the Discord, that's where there's actually going to be like open communication. That's where you can ask like astrology questions. There's going to be different rooms set up for different things. It's kind of like Amino without the drama. Um,
Yes.
and it's easier to figure out than you think. I'm not great with technology, and I figured it out, so it's fine.
I have
Um,
been using Discord for years because apparently that's how teenage boys communicate with their parents.
but I do want to say that it probably would be a good idea to join, even if you just join for free and like just follow versus subscribe, because again, that's where all the announcements are going to be. That is um, where any special announcements, like something coming up, giveaways, so on and so forth, all of that will be there again, because other than our dailies and our promotional posts and stuff like that, we aren't really on social media as far as like chit chatting and interacting. That's where you're going to find us. So
Yeah.
all of those links will start being posted probably closer to the end of this month. I'm not going to put them up there yet, so if you like do your due diligence and find us, I guess kudos to you. But again, nothing is really starting until October 1st. So
You.
yeah, for now it's very bare bones, but it is pretty. If you go look, tell me what you think. Unless you don't like it. If you don't like it, I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself.
Yes.
I put a lot of work into that. So yeah, hopefully we will see you guys there. That way we can interact more than 1 hour a week.
Yay. So excited. It's gonna
Yeah.
be fun.
And next Sunday, I will have a better outline of what will be there, because it's way more fleshed out than what we said. So
Oh yes, we have a complete script, like a
I was
whole
actually I
schedule.
was actually trying to find it while you were talking, but you didn't talk long enough. So now I'm like, where is it?
It's funny. Everybody tells me I can't, I need to shut up and I talk too much, and you tell me I talk too little.
Well, I am a loudmouth woman who will I will talk your ear off. If you let me sit here and stream all day, I will talk all day. You know for a fact that sometimes some of our conversations have been like 7 hours long.
Yes, you've been on the phone with your husband at lunch, and then he comes home and we're still on the phone.
Okay, you
Yeah.
guys, we don't have to wait till next week. I found it. So quarterly, there will be a BOS pack, which is a downloadable printable set that's all on a theme, whether it's moon phases or herbs for a specific topic, so on and so forth. Whatever it is, it'll have a theme for the month. There will be two later in the day lives on the first and third week. And then there will be the newsletter and astrology column. And apparently, this also is not a fully fleshed out list either. This was just a note I made. So I lied yet again. And yes, next week will be the full outline. Because I know that there's like
Yes.
recipes involved and ebooks and so on and so forth. I know there's stuff, but I'll get all that ironed out for you next week. It's a little messy right now because today actually wasn't the planned day for us to announce it. It just kind of
No.
happened that way because the first is on a Monday and I don't want to wait a whole week because I'm really antsy about it.
Oh, yes. So excited.
Oh, and what's fun is that the first month of our Patreon and our newsletter and everything is a special edition one. So it'll
Yes.
be, I think it's a quarterly. Yeah, I think it's one of the quarterly ones. So
It's the spooky season one.
yeah, it's fun.
Because we in spooky season. Or we starting
Our
to be.
favorite season.
So excited. Spooky season. My birthday. So excited.
Yeah, like I don't have enough going on. I have a wedding in like a little over a week. Then I have a birthday the next week, a birthday the following week, and then I think it's like a week between that birthday and your birthday.
Y'all can
And
celebrate with me because it's going to be on one of the lives.
and then all of the holidays and there's yeah, it's our busy season is
So, yes,
kicking up.
starting tomorrow, our busy season kicks off.
Yep.
So, yay.
So, was there anything else you wanted to talk about, dearie?
No, I think we good. Just the fact that we can make anything we decorate with witchy.
Yeah.
And all the crazy crackpots in the news this week, which was crazy.
Oh, actually, real quick, one last news article that I thought was insane. I don't remember where it was, but there was an elderly woman who was murdered. They were like in their 70s or 80s, who was murdered by somebody who was in their 30s because they thought that that person was practicing witchcraft and they slit their throat with a scythe.
Yo,
No, a sickle, my bad. With a sickle. I
yeah,
don't know why I said scythe.
this
But
sicycle.
yeah, but I just thought that was really messed up. And I do just want to point out, as per usual, not to take for granted if you are able to practice open and proudly be and safely, because there are still people being murdered for this, if not
Everywhere.
daily, almost daily in other places in the world. So keep that in mind when you're proudly running around bragging about it, because one of the things that we should be practicing is being silent and keeping your stuff to yourself. And I know that sounds rich coming from somebody with a podcast, but um, I just think when you're out
Exactly.
grocery shopping, you don't need to wear a conical hat for it, buy your fucking bread and go
No,
home.
you just need to look like the next door neighbor. You don't need to look like the crazy chick on TV.
But
So
yeah, that's my PSA for the day. Try to be low key.
keep it low.
Yep.
Mm.
All right, y'all. So I guess I will see you guys next. Oh shit. I forgot one of the biggest announcements of the Patreon
What was
thing.
that?
That's when you guys are going to be able to see me.
Oh yeah, on the Patreon.
I will finally have gotten a haircut and a hair dye by then. So I will look human. And yeah, I will actually, that's where I'll actually be able to hang out with you guys one on one. I just don't want it on a public platform. It's a little weird for me. I'm a very private person. So
Mm.
yeah, I will actually see you guys and you guys can see both of us over there.
Yay!
So hope to see you there too.
Right?
And yeah, I'm finally going to stop rambling about this fucking Patreon thing and go away.
Mm.
All right, you guys, thanks for being here and fearless. It was so good to see you again.
Yay!
Hope to see you